start first on our quotient rule. All right, what's the word quotient mean? What's a quotient? With what? It does go with division, yeah. And it's a division problem. So quotient tells me division. Okay? So our quotient rule is division. Okay? And just like the product rule, with the quotient rule, you must have the same base. Okay? You must have the same base. Have to. Whatever what base is. Yes, no, maybe. Alright, I'll take that as a no. If I have something raised to a power, this big number here, okay, that's my base. And then obviously this little guy, that's our exponent. Okay. So they have to have the same base. So with the quotient rule, let's say if I have 3 to the 4th power over 3 squared. Those should always have the same base. They're both 3. Okay. All we're going to do with those is we're going to subtract them. So it'll be 3 to the 4 minus 2, which will just give me 3 squared. Okay. So all we're doing here is we're subtracting with our quotient rule. All right. Now, if you're somebody that when it comes to like different rules and stuff with math, if stuff confuses you and you want to keep it simple, all right, a rule I always say is always just subtract this top number or the bottom number from the top number, okay? For example, if, let's say we just have x to the a divided by x to the b, I would always do x to the a minus b, meaning I would always do top number minus the bottom number, okay? Now, by doing that, you'll get negatives and you'll have to flip them and all that stuff, all right? That's the way to keep it simple. Now, me, the way that I think when I do these is, let's say if I have x to the 5th over x to the 12th. I'm thinking, okay, 12 is the bigger exponent, right? 12 is bigger than 5, obviously. So if I subtract these like this, I'm going to get a negative number. So what I would do, the way my brain would think is, I know that this is going to be on the bottom eventually. I'm going to do 1 over x to the 12 minus 5. I'm just subtracting those, the bigger number minus the smallest number, depending on if the bigger number is the numerator or the denominator. Okay? Now, again, some of you all, that might be confusing for you, and you don't want, you're like, I don't want to do it that way. That's fine. Okay? If you just go ahead and subtract those, you're going to get x to the negative 7th power, and then you'll have to use your negative rule and flip it to make it positive. Okay? But again, that's just another way of thinking. All right? Everybody thinks differently. Some people like to do things the easy, quick way. Some people are like, hey, I want to go through a process because I'm comfortable doing it that way. It lets me know that I'm doing it right. Okay? So just do your top number minus your bottom. You have to have the same base. Okay? If you don't have the same base, a quotient rule will not work. Any questions on that one? All right, your power rule. The power rule is when you have an exponent raised to another exponent. Okay, so for example, if I have x to the A raised to the B power. Right? Our base doesn't matter here. Okay? Because with this one, all we're going to do is we're going to multiply our exponents. So to get our answer, we're going to have x to the A times B. Okay, so when you have a power raised to another power, you just multiply those powers. And that's all you do. So you can think about this one as multiply the powers. Let's say if I have 12 to the 4th raised to the 7th power. All we're going to do, we're going to have 12 to the 4 times 7. And what's 4 times 7? 28. We 12 to 28 power. Read. All right. Thank you. Laney, you're checking out. This would be 12 to the 20. You're not really very good at time. All right, so you just multiply those powers. Okay. No, yeah, that's it. That's simple. Well, you sit here enough time, that's it. At least you got it all. Huh?
I have wrote down my notebook.
You're good to go. She knows exactly when to leave. Have a good day.
You too.
Any questions on any of that? Y'all are worrying me. I don't know if we get it or we don't get it. Just eyes.
I get it. Did you guys get it?